Well, that evening, someone calls me about this neurotechnology. And I said, send me a picture. Because what God showed me was everything was spirals. Everything's a spiral. Well, your computer is zeros and ones. And if you look at a zero, it's a spiral, if you will. And a one looks like a straight line, but it's really not, right? Okay.
Just learn
and
that.
so he showed me all this geeky stuff. And of course, I'm a geeky brain. I love it. And I'm writing all this down. Well, somebody calls me about this technology. I said, send me a picture. And it was spirals. I said, I'm in. I don't need to know anything else. I'm in. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I had a dream last night. It's weird. Don't ask me about it right now, but I'm in. I want the technology. So as I began to research the technology, it's about, when I did brain therapy, I would do an EEG. We getting some beautiful rain here. Some of you guys can hear that, but that's okay.
It seems to rain every time I'm here.
That's okay. Rain, Jesus, rain.
Exactly, which I feel like God always has a plan. Like he's always like, I'm listening, I'm crying with you. I'm in here with you.
So the spirals are on the shape, like a little code on this technology. And our brain on an EEG looks like a wave on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Right? But in real life, the way the brain talks to the body is through spiraling energy of light and biomagnetics.
Okay.
So bio meaning two, or, like bi meaning two, magnetics meaning positive and negative charges, and electricity works on that. That's how alternating current works, is electricity and magnets. Yeah. So exactly what he was showing me with Nikola Tesla's in the body. He showed me the shape of the eyeball matches that shape that's on the Tesla coil. So are blood platelets, the cochlea in the ear, all these different things in the body.
Yeah.
Absolutely, how it works.
Oh.
So we're like, Michael, I'm telling Michael all this stuff, and I'm looking at this technology, and I'm like, this is like the brain therapy I did, but affordable for everyone. And so our technology can, currently it works on 13 different symptomatology. And we have 2 coming out in February that works on other symptomatology. So I'll give you some examples. Pain, strength, stability. Pain is one of the number one causes of addiction, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's emotional pain or physical pain.
Yeah.
Stability is our number one indicator of longevity. And at age 65 and older, the number one cause of hospitalization or death is falling. Mm-hmm. So we actually can do something very inexpensive in this technology that has no ingredients, no drugs, no chemicals, no ingredients. It's a code. And people go, well, how could that work? The nerves in your skin. Have you ever felt like pins and needles when your hand falls asleep? Mm-hmm. The shape of your nerves is like a needle, right? So if you take a phonograph, it's a little round disc with spirals on it, right? And if I go, ooh, I have Elvis in this little disc, you'd be like, yeah, right. Here, let me show you. Put it on a phonograph, and now you hear Elvis sing.
Right.
I didn't resurrect him from the dead, and I didn't travel back in time.
People don't know that, but like the record.
The vinyls.
Yeah, the
black
record
vinyls.
had to have the needle to read it.
You had to have the needle, and it had to spin.
Yes.
Well, your skin has needles.
Yep.
And your skin don't spin, but the light in it does. Mm. And the brain and the skin connect. Skin's your largest organ. Yeah. So our skin is not only outside of our body, it's in our sinus cavity, in our mouth, in our esophagus, in our lungs, in our intestines, our colon, all from mouth to all of your ears, your eyes, all that tissue is fed through capillaries and a nervous system. And then you've got the vagus nerve that goes down the throat into the stomach. And that's where when something bad news or you see something that's like, oh, it catches your stomach and it hurts, or maybe you get irritable bowel, or maybe you vomit, or maybe you get nauseous, or anxiety can do all those things. Emotional, that's right. So that's the world that I live in. Mm. That's the world that if I did tell you everything, we get a conversation, you'd probably be like, Angela, shut up. You drive me crazy.
No,
but this technology here wait a minute, you mean I can reach for something that has no drugs, no ingredients, that's technology that I put it on my skin, and that can give my brain new information, like my ears can hear a song from Elvis? Yeah. And guess what? You can learn a new song. So do you know what neuroplasticity is? Okay. So for those in the audience who don't know, a brain, when it has plasticity, means it's flexible. It's open-minded and available for new information. That's why learning is so important as we age. If you ever hear of someone being hard-headed, It's true. They actually have less plasticity in their brain because they're not flexible or open to new ideas. We can even call that cynical.
Yep.
Well, when someone
Good way to
becomes
put it.
cynical, there is actually less blood flow, less open-mindedness. They're less apt to new ideas, new concepts. And that's why you can even see like a big divide in America when it comes to religion or politics or whatever, because the fight or flight system also plays a part in holding your belief to be true if your belief you think is safe. If you think a different belief is not safe, then you're less likely to be open to that knowledge. So you're actually closing your
Protective
mind.
mechanism.
Yes, through your fight or flight, and
Gotcha.
you're less, you lose plasticity in your brain, the ability to learn and grow and collaborate. So this technology, we actually have a patch that you can put on that is, let's not say that, let's cut that one out. So we actually have technology that can address the fight or flight. And when it addresses the fight or flight, it can bring it back into homeostasis so that we can begin the process of healing, strengthening, and actually rest. When the body doesn't rest, we have high cortisol, high adrenaline, which means brain fog, memory loss, lack of true sleep, and we don't really actually recover. So that's where you get this chronic inflammation that is 75% of all disease. So, I've watched you, I've listened to you, we know each other, and I love what you're doing. I love what you're branching out into and doing in all the areas. And to see you focused in an approach that doesn't just address the physiological body, right? Because you can't really separate the physical from the emotional, spiritual. They're all one.
They're all one.
But they appear to be separate. And so we can take this technology and we can reconnect. So let me give you another example of our technology. I had a lady that lost a son about 2.5 years ago, and all the medication that she was taking, trying different ones. Great attempt at the doctors, love the doctors, not against her doctors, nor her taking the medication. It just didn't work for her. She was trapped in grief that was swallowing her life. Like she was a flickering candle in the wind. No, not even any pink into her cheeks. Like the life was gone from her face. So I was able to use this technology and give her new access to her joy, because the joy didn't disappear. She just didn't have access to it. We helped her fight or flight to rest. And we also were able to get rid of the ruminating thoughts.